Hello and welcome to another video. Today we're back in my sketchbook. I did these little doodles of Kira and Nick, and so I just felt like I would color them for you guys. I have been talking about recently how I'm trying to get to the point where I don't need to do sketches or guidelines anymore when I do sketches, so that way I can just go straight into straight into markers or coloring or whatever. I tried to do that with these, not 100% the best with it at this point currently, but I did my best. I really tried to sketch these with as minimal amount of guidelines as possible. Some of them turned out better than others, but that's okay. Overall, I think I like the page. I just sort of kind of wish that I had done something with the space in between, there's a little blank space right in the middle of the page, at the middle top. I kind of wish I'd done something with that, but I was like, I guess it's fine. But also, every time I look at it, I'm like, it's so blank right there. But that's okay. Honestly, when I did the coloring for this, it took me a while. It took me 40 minutes. And, honestly, most of the time I spent coloring was coloring Kira. Just because I have all of Kira's, her colors picked out and stuff. And I know the way I want her to look like. And then, so it's a little bit of a longer process because it's a little bit more meticulous because I have all the steps that I know I want to do. When it came to coloring Nick, it went by so fast, you guys, just because I was like, I don't know what the fuck I want him to look like. I was just I'll slap some colors on there. It's fine. After I did this, though, I did a color comp of a digital drawing that I had done of him before, and I was like, let's just test out some colors, see what I want him to look like. And I do figure out what I want his color scheme to be now a lot better. So Kira has tan skin and she's got black hair, and I was like, do I want him to have white hair? And in this drawing, he has blonde hair and brown eyes and light skin, and I'm like, okay, that's fine, I guess. But I didn't really like it at all. I was like, there's not enough contrast. And so when I was doing all of the color studies, you guys are not going to see them because it was on a drawing that I already finished. It was a black and white drawing, so I just added color on it real quick just so I could see different combinations. And I decided that I kind of wanted him to have red hair and blue eyes, a darker blue, and a little bit of a brighter red. I kind of want his hair to be dyed. Because I was thinking about it, you guys, and I was like, he sort of kind of changed his appearance and became a little bit more rebellious after his trauma from the past or whatever, and that's kind of what the piercings are for. And so I was like, I guess we could take that one step further and just have him dye his hair. So I'm just gonna say that his hair is naturally blonde. I don't know if he's going to stop dyeing it in the story, because in the story he does stop wearing the earrings. Mostly, not really because to show he's growing as a person. He mostly just takes them out because Kira is if you keep those in your ears, someone's going to rip them out of your head. We're going to get in a lot of fights together. So you need to take those out pretty much. And he's like, okay, I'll take them out. But I don't think I ever want him to stop dyeing his hair. I mean, I was thinking about it, and I was like, do I want that to be a sort of growth thing where he's like, no? I was like, no, because it's just because you dye your hair doesn't mean you're going rebellious. Sometimes you just like the color. And I was looking at the picture that I had colored, and I was like, he looks actually really cute with the red hair. I just have to figure out a different way that I want to depict it in the comics that I've been doing. I've been practicing more comic style lately. I've done it honestly just 2 times so far, but I want to get better at doing that comic style and just get better at drawing comic pages in general. I do have one set up for this week for you guys to see. That one took me almost 4 hours, so that's too long. It took too long to do that one. But the way I depicted his hair, this was it was after I decided I want his hair to be red, but I was like, the comic is in black and white, and so I don't want his hair to be black because Kira's hair is black, and I was like, that's not enough contrast. So I just left it as white, but I was like, I don't think I like it that much. So I had to figure out a way that I wanted to depict him having red hair. I kind of felt like maybe I should just go back over this drawing now that I finished it and just make his hair red, but I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. But we'll see you guys. The next time I color him, though, he'll definitely have some red hair for you guys. I don't know, did you really care about what his appearance was, what he looked like? I actually don't know if you guys care about my OCs at all. Maybe you do. I talk about them a lot, so I feel like just by hearing about them, you guys just be like, oh yeah, Nick and Kira, I know those guys. I've been working on designing new characters for the story just because I'm coming up with more plot stuff lately, so I kind of know some of the side characters that I want to plot out and stuff, and so you'll see some of those probably on Wednesday. So yeah, I was just I have so many characters that I didn't use for stuff that are also based in mafia stories and gangs and stuff, and I was like, they are supposed to have their own stories and shit. And I was like, maybe I'll just put them in the Nick and Kara story so that way I don't have to design as many new characters. I did do some designs for some new characters too, but I was like, I don't want to design 30 new characters. I have some character designs that I have that are old, and I'm like, they just need to be revamped a little bit, just switch them up a little bit. I feel like my design philosophy has not really changed that much. I'm very simple design philosophy, right? And so I didn't really change them that much. I just was modernize them a little bit. So yeah, honestly, we're getting a little bit off topic, you guys, because we're not talking about this drawing at all. I really don't have much to say about it. When I was doing this, I just started off with that bottom left drawing of Kira, and I was like, we'll just draw until I don't feel like drawing anymore. I've been feeling in a little bit of a better space when it comes to drawing. Like I said, I've been using my my car sketchbook instead of taking my main sketchbook with me, and it just makes me have a little bit less pressure, because I guess when I was taking my main sketchbook with me in the car, I would like get all my drawing out in the morning, and then when I would come home, I'd be like, well, I don't really want to draw. I already drew today, right? And so when I do it in my car sketchbook, it sits in like a different space in my mind than my regular sketchbook. So I'd be like, okay, do some little doodles in my car sketchbook, and then I come home and I'm like, I haven't drawn in my sketchbook today. It's like triggering my mind to see like I haven't drawn at all. And sometimes I'm still like, I don't really want to draw. I draw in the morning, but honestly, mostly it's just like I have to draw. I didn't draw anything. And so yeah, it's been a little bit better that way. I just feel like, I don't know, because it's weird, because I'm not drawing less. I'm actually probably drawing the same amount. I just feel like it's a little bit less pressure for me, because it's like I get the shitty drawings out in the morning. They're not really shitty, but they're a little bit more loose. They can be a little bit more fun. And then when I come home, I can do stuff that's a little bit more like, like this. It takes a little bit more time, because like trying to draw without guidelines, you have to be a little bit more deliberate. And so I'm like, it takes a little bit longer, which is why I did not record the process of the sketching for you guys, just because I was sitting there like just very like deftly just trying to draw the lines correctly the first time. I'm a little bit better at doing that traditionally than I am doing it digitally. When I do it digitally, I just like redraw. And so when I'm doing it traditionally, I'm like, you get one chance, don't make the line shitty. And so when it came to that middle drawing, the one that I'm coloring right now, I fucked up Kira's face. I was like, Nick looked really good. He was the first one I did. And then when I went to do Kira, I was like, damn it, I fucked it up so bad. And I was like, I guess I could cover it up with a sticky note. I was like, well, no, I'm going to color it, so I don't bother covering it up with a sticky note. I need to get some, like, white sticky notes, or, like, some light yellow ones, so that way they fit over the paper better and they will still be colored. I bought the green ones because I like the color green. I didn't really look into getting any white sticky notes. Maybe I should. I have sticker paper. Maybe I should just start cutting up sticker paper and slapping that over things. That's actually a good idea. I don't know why I just thought of that, but maybe that's what I'll start doing. So yeah, it's been a lot more fun in my sketchbook, you guys. I really don't I don't really like having like a bunch of sketchbooks going at a time. I have like 5 that are going right now currently. I have that really big one that I don't really use that often. I have my finished artwork sketchbook. I have this one, I have my car sketchbook, and I have another sketchbook for drawings that I don't show anybody. No offense to you guys, you probably won't see those. Those are just for me. But yeah, that's like 5 sketchbooks already going, and I have so many just waiting in the wings to be started and stuff. And I really do love sketchbooking. It's like one of my favorite things to do. It's like very low pressure and stuff. And it's like more fun because I come up with lots of different story ideas in my sketchbook and stuff. It's so much fun to use a sketchbook, you guys. And so I've been having a lot more fun doing sketchbook stuff now that I've, stopped putting so much pressure on myself, So I guess we could spend a little bit of time talking about the art. Like I said, I don't really think too much when I was doing these. The one in the middle where they're like sort of kind of holding hands and blushing, that's sort of kind of based off an idea I had when they were before they were like their own characters, back when they were based off some other OCs that I had. I would always draw them like I would like commission people to draw them like holding pinkies and them blushing. I just thought that was really cute, and I've drawn them doing the same thing. And so I kind of wanted to do it now that they have like their own designs and stuff. I thought it would be cute if they were like flustered holding each other's hands, but I ran out of space, so you can't even see them holding hands. They're not drawing holding hands at all because I ran out of space. I was like, fuck, I put them too close together. And I was like, that's also part of the hard thing about when you're trying to draw without guidelines and without pencil and stuff. It's like I can't really gauge distance very well. So when I was drawing it, I was like, fuck, they're too far apart, but that's fine. I mean, they're too close together, but that's fine. And the one I'm coloring right now, I kind of sort of wanted to draw them being cute, right? And so my first idea was like, we could draw them where like Kira's like holding Nick's face and they're like being cute, and she's like, oh, so nice to see you, so cute. And I was like, I drew that one and I was like, okay, cool. And then after that I was like, but what if it was the same thing but sad? So underneath that one I drew them like touching foreheads, and so she's like holding his face but like she's like bleeding out and stuff, and I was like, wow, angst for no reason. That's so much fun. I don't know if any of these drawings, I would just say none of these drawings are canon at all, just because I don't actually know how well they would get along. And also they probably will not fall in love. I know I want them to fall in love eventually in the story. Like obviously it's like partially romance, partial comedy, partial like action and stuff. But that won't be like till like way later. Because I plan for them to get married before they even are like like their first kiss. I plan this to be like when they are getting married when they're getting married. So like I don't think that they will develop feelings for each other until, well, maybe they have feelings for each other, but they don't do like affectionate stuff until like way later down the line, just because I kind of like slow burn, you guys. I mean, it's not my favorite, if I'm being honest. Like if it's too slow, I'm like, oh my god, it's so unnecessary. Like if it's unnecessarily slow, like if they're like, I like you, and to each other, and they're still like not kissing and they're still not dating, I'm like, this is bullshit. They know, they kiss and get it over with, that's it. But like if it's like the point where it's like, oh, they still don't know that they like each other, I'm like, okay, we can still work with this, because there's still like the pining. There's less pining, I feel like, if they know that they like each other and just like, we can't be together. I'm like, that's so fucking stupid. You know that you like each other, get together. So I kind of want it to be a slow burn, but like not in an annoying way, if that makes sense. Like I said, I don't really want the story to be too long. I mean, I'm working on it now, and I'm like, this is actually gonna be really long, because I have like, the story is supposed to be about like 5 mafia families, and then also 5 gangs that are like not affiliated with, like, they're not mafia families, but they're like, you know, like street level gangs and stuff. And so it's sort of kind of the way it's like shaping up. It's sort of kind of like becoming like a battle manga, which was like not my intention at all, but it's fine. And so I'm like, it's actually gonna be pretty long. I'm like, and I know who the final boss is, and I'm like, okay, so all of them, they have to like, I don't know if they have to defeat all these people or like become friends with them or stuff. I have like 2 sort of kind of story arcs that I'm kind of fiddling around with, and honestly, only one of them is like really forwarding the story really towards the end to like the big bad at the end. So I'm like, oh man, it's gonna take forever. And that was not the intention. I did not want the story to take very long, but I'm like, it's fine. You guys probably will not see it for a very long time, just because I'm really just in the storyboard, and I'm really just in the part where I'm making characters. And so I feel like as I'm making the characters, then the story is coming to me. I tried to just write the story out, and I'm like, but I don't know who's in the story, so it kind of makes me hard to like write for it. And so I was like, okay, let's just pivot, let's just make some characters. And so that's been fun. And since I'm making characters, I'm like, okay, and this could be their backstory, and this could be their friend, and then there's their friend's backstory, and that's like, and that'll like inform like their arcs and stuff. And I was like, okay, this is working a little bit better for me. But then I'm also like, I come up with new characters, and I am recycling some old characters from old stories, and I already know some of their stories. And I was like, oh, so I guess I just have to make side stories for those guys too. It's like, no, you don't have to. And I'm like, but they have so much lore, and they won't see it in the story. It's fine. They don't, and not everybody needs lore. It's okay. That's my problem, is I always get attached to side characters. I love a side character, you guys. And so I'm making all these characters, and they're side characters, and I'm like, oh, but what if they did cool stuff, and they had like friendships and romantic issues, and they had like families and stuff. And I'm like, well, that's cool, that's good for like story stuff, but like they're not going to be in the story that long. They're like one arc characters. Well, not like one arc characters, you know, because I like when characters do come back for different arcs. Like you meet a friend in like a manga, or like you know, like a TV show, and you're like, oh, it's our friend, bye friend, I know we have to go on our separate adventures, and they come back like 2 seasons later, and you're like, oh my god, it's our best friend, they're back. I love that, you guys. And so whenever I just been having fun coming up with a story, because now that I'm writing a story, I can put all the stuff that I like in it. And so I'm like, the character is like this, I love characters like that. Or it's like, oh, you do this trope, I love that trope. That's so much fun about writing your own stories, is like you get to do all the stuff that you like, and you don't have to do any of the shit that you hate. And that's so much fun, you guys. So I've been having fun doing that sort of stuff. And it's kind of been sparked by, you know, just having more fun in my sketchbook. Like I did these, and then after that I was like, okay, let's come up with some new characters. I've been doing that a lot in my car sketchbook, just because I get to be like, I can put that whatever the fuck I want in my car sketchbook. And so I'm like, well, what if the character, I just draw a character, and I'm like, they look like this. And I was like, wow, they look like that, huh? And I was like, well, what do they act like? And I was like, that they act like this. And it's so much fun, you guys. I don't know if you guys come up with OCs, or if you're like, I just like to draw fan art and stuff. But I'm like, OC art is like a step above fan art for me, because you get to do whatever you want. Like, I mean, honestly, there are some people who like do fan art, and they do fan art so well, and honestly, by the end of it, they get like so attached to the character that the character is like not even really the character that was in the story anymore. Like they become their OC. And I think like that's what you have to do with your own OCs. It's like you have to love them like it's like from established IP, you know, because some people are like, oh my god, I love that character from that show, and it's like, put all that energy to your own OC and make your own story. I swear to god, it's so much more fun. Like I used to write fanfiction as a kid, and I really still do like to read fanfiction from time to time. I don't really write it so much anymore, just because every time I write it, I'm like, well, I could just put this into my own story, you know what I mean? So it's like, I'm like, it's fun to like do fanfiction and stuff, but it's like, when it's like your own character, and like you get to like explore all the facets and stuff, I feel like it's even more fun, you guys. If you guys enjoy writing stories or drawing stories, I'd be like, make your own OCs. It's literally so much fun, you guys. I've been having so much fun lately. Only thing about it though is that I feel like I'm gonna have to start covering up pages in my sketchbook because I'm gonna like starting to draw characters that are not gonna show up in the story until like way later. And now I'm like, oh, I guess I kind of have to worry about spoilers if I ever want to show this to you guys. And honestly, I feel like I've been sort of kind of an open book when it comes to my sketchbooks and stuff, and I'll like show you guys whatever. But now I'm like, oh, I guess maybe I should keep some of these a secret. So that's kind of the only issue I'm coming across currently, and it's like maybe nobody will even care about my comic, and nobody will even care about my YouTube videos. So it would not be like a big deal if I just showed you guys. But I'm like, well, I don't want to spoil anything because I want some stuff to be like cool and like reveals and things, and some characters to be reveals, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's that person. I was like, I don't mind like finished illustrations of them, or like revealing their names or anything. But like I don't want to like show like the development because I want to like come up with stuff and then be like, oh, actually that part was a secret and you guys already know about it. So I gotta be a little bit more careful with that. But we're coming up on the end of the video here, you guys. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I hope you enjoyed hearing me rant again. I'll go ahead and see you guys in the next one.